Today is April 12th, and the Dodgers are looking to win 2 of 3 in this rubber match and looking to bounce back from a 5-0 loss last night, from which at this point I can only imagine is the best rotation and bullpen combination in all of baseball. On the mound tonight for the Dodgers, we have longtime favorite and greatest pitcher of this generation, Clayton Kershaw. And on the mound for the Giants, we do have the right-hander Alex Cobb. From Kershaw tonight, we're just looking for a bounce back uh, from his outing against the Diamondbacks, where he got touched up a little bit. And we're going to need a little bit of length. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but the bullpen's a little taxed right now going into the off day tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get a little bit, a few extra innings. Looking for like a seven inning outing would be ideal. From Alex Cobb, he's the same pitcher he's pretty much always been, except for one small change. He seemingly abandoned his four-seam fastball as of late. He's thrown literally one in his only 2 outings this year. Otherwise, he throws a split finger sinker, equal amounts, about 37% of the time for both of them. And he mixes in a curveball as well. His splits, he's like dead even when it comes to lefty versus righty matchups. I think he allows like a 694 OPS against right-handers and then a 704 against left-handers. It's really not that big a difference. So we're looking just for production up and down from the lineup. Speaking of the lineups, let's take a look at the Dodgers lineup. It's the usual suspects in the top three with Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith. And then Max Muncy's back in the lineup, batting cleanup and at third base. JD Martinez behind him, DHing. James Outman is in center field today. Miguel Vargas back in the lineup as well at second base. David Peralta is going to get the nod today over Jason Hayward, and he will be playing left field. And then Miguel Rojas rounding things out, playing shortstop. Tyro Estrada leads things off for the Giants. Wilmer Flores will be at first base. Michael Conforto will be at third base today. JD Davis will be batting cleanup and in right field. Recently called up as of like 45 minutes ago, Darren Ruff will be DHing and batting fifth. David VR will be at second base. Mike Yastrzemski is in center field. Joey Bart will be calling balls and strikes for the Giants today, batting eighth. And Heliot Ramos will be finishing things off and in left field. The one note about the Giants lineup is Darren Ruff did get called up today. Last year, he really struggled at the plate for the Mets. Just go ask any Met fan what they think of Darren Ruff, and you'll know quite quickly what his production looked like. He was brought to the Mets as a left-handed specialist, and he didn't really do that. And he was actually traded to the Mets for JD Davis, who's now batting above him. I looked really quickly at his career stats against Kershaw. I think he's like 2 for 19 lifetime against Kershaw. So it's not, even though he is a lefty specialist, supposedly, he's never really had all that much success against him. On the Dodgers side, like I mentioned, David Peralta is going to get the nod over Jason Hayward. We're looking for a little bit of pop from Peralta. He's struggled as of late. Against Alex Cobb, he's 3 for 8 lifetime, 3 singles. Nothing crazy, solid outings. Let's just see if he can put up some competitive at-bats and really bolster the bottom of the lineup, which has been a black hole the last few games. Lastly, let's talk about this bullpen. Like I said, it is taxed. They've used a lot. They've had to use a lot of the bullpen the last 2 nights. The one guy who's almost assuredly available would be Phil Bickford. He hasn't thrown either of the past 2 games. Other than that, Gratterall threw 11 pitches yesterday, so he might be available. I imagine the Dodgers will still try and stay away from Caleb Ferguson and Evan Phillips, as they both threw quite a few pitches. And the guys who pitched 2 days ago that could be available are Vesia, Almonte, and Andre Jackson. They might try and stay away from Vesia just because he threw a lot of pitches, and so did Andre Jackson. He came in for 4 outs, so maybe we have Yency Almonte available. Oh yeah, and then Shelby Miller threw last night, so I don't think they're going to go to him either. So really, you're kind of looking at a bullpen of Gratterall, maybe Almonte, and definitely Bickford. So we're going to need a little bit of length from Kershaw today. I think to succeed, the pitching's really going to have to lock things down. And Kershaw's going to have to be cruising. And he's done very well against the Giants in the past. So I expect him to do the same. And hopefully his stuff just looks sharp. Last note, I will be on the lookout for a series recap tonight. I'll be posting it after the game is finished. Probably by the time it's done rendering, it'll be out about an hour, hour and a half after the last pitch. And let me know in the comments below how long you think Kershaw will last today. What you think his leash is. I think in his last outing he was up in the mid 80s. Do you think they touch 100 pitches with him? Do you think he lasts 6 to 7 innings? But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And like I said, be on the lookout for that video later. See ya.